Hey Joan, it's Nick. I'm getting ready to get in bed with you, and I just want you to know that I am 3 centimeters dilated, so you can do anything you want. I mean, I'm debating on whether or not to let her see my boner right away. We've met once before on the red carpet. I interviewed her, so I'm curious whether she remembers seeing my boner then, and what her reaction was then and if it changed at all.
Hi, I'm Joan Rivers, and we're back with my show, In Bed With Joan, coming to you from New York City. New York City, how about that? Exciting, huh? Rah! Anyhow, get ready because, as you know, we always have someone here that I don't know who it's going to be, and all I ever say is, I wonder who's in the closet today. Let's see. Ta-da!
Hey!
It's Nick Kroll. All right, how nice to see you. Come sit down.
How are you,
A
Joan?
pleasure, a pleasure, a pleasure. I was hoping it would be Dane Cook.
No, unfortunately, you're stuck with another Jew in bed.
Are you Jew?
I am.
You're from Westchester, so I figured.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Nobody
yeah.
else lives there except a couple wealthy Italians.
Seriously, Westchester, where in Westchester?
Rye, New York, the tough streets.
No, that's the Richies, Larchmont.
Yeah, you're from Larchmont.
Larchmont.
Yeah.
You passed and spit on us on your way to Rye.
We slowly tried to assimilate with the wasps.
Yeah, very slowly.
Mixed results.
Yeah, our neighbors were the Burbanks.
Really?
And twice a year they would come to the house and just go, Jews!
Well, lest you forget.
I Okay, now everyone, keeps telling me you're funny. So far, nothing.
That's not working for you? That's
not
fair.
working.
What if I get the posture better? Maybe it's the funniest is in the
I
posture.
don't want to hurt your feelings. Who are your people? How old are you? Oh,
yeah.
You have people. I have no people.
I have a bunch of different people. I have one of each. I try to keep like
Lesbian and gay?
a lesbian, a gay, a black guy, an Asian girl, Latin. So it's like somewhere between like a Coke commercial and the Noah's Ark.
I think it's very important to hire minorities.
I absolutely. Did you see the Oscars at all?
Yes, I did. There weren't that many minorities.
No, but
They had the one group.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they had the one group. They had like, and here are one of everything.
Yeah.
Everybody knows that if they're giving out screenwriter awards, they should just give it to middle-aged Jewish men.
No. I always say, if you're going to pick a screenwriter, pick an Indian.
Really?
They're always laugh a minute.
I think Indians are the new Jews.
Well, I meant...
I really do though. I think Indians are the new Jews. I feel like they're culturally on a similar path. They're getting into comedy.
Which Indian are you talking about?
The Indian from
I
South
love
Asia.
Gandhi.
Yeah, of the Gandhi persuasion.
Did you think Gandhi was funny? Did you grow up with that illusion?
I thought, yeah. I mean, I thought he was hilarious. Ben Kingsley Gandhi or Gandhi Gandhi?
Well, Ben Kingsley Gandhi was a laugh a minute.
Right. All that shtick. He did I mean, he was basically doing blackface in a way, in the great tradition of Al Jolson.
How often I've met, Ben Kingsley in real life and go, stop, Ben, you're killing me. He is only funnier than the guy that played Lincoln. That's the funniest.
Yeah. Daniel Day?
Oh, Daniel Day-Lewis.
What do you think?
I have him to every one of my dinner parties because I know, put him in a room, he'll be a tumbler.
He will. That's where he got his start, right? At
Grossinger's.
Yeah, at Grossinger's. Yeah, he started at Grossinger's. He was playing Mel Brooks. He was playing the character Mel Brooks.
Don't you love it when they take themselves so seriously?
Well, he's an actor, as am I.
No. I'm sorry. Whatever.
Please.
He's here for free. I'm not going to insult you. You want to be
getting paid for this?
You want to be an actor. God bless you. You're an actor.
Thank you.
I'm an actor, too.
You're an actor. Stage.
All right, now I'm going to really put you to shame.
Yes.
Broadway 3 times.
Yes, I
3
know.
times.
That's why I bring it up.
Yes, 3 times.
I remember.
Emmy nominated.
Yes.
Thank you. Tony nominated. Some nomination.
Well, you did
I
a
didn't
Broadway
get
play
it.
and got an Emmy nomination, and that's the most impressive
That's
thing
most
of all.
impressive. point is when they really take themselves seriously. So who'd you like last night? What about Renee Zellweger? That was pathetic.
Who did I like? I like
Woody Allen thought she was attractive.
Woody. Did Woody win anything last night? Did he win any awards?
I don't know. I'll call Sun Yi. She'll tell me.
Are you guys close to play tennis, or what do you
We're
guys
very
do?
close, but she always wears yellow, and I say to her, too matchy-matchy. And then they don't call me for a while.
You never get frozen yogurt with her at Neiman Marcus?
Oh, is that what she does?
In my mind, that's what you guys would do.
Sun Yi.
Yeah. Yoko?
Yeah. Oh, another good friend. That one lucky little Jap.
Yeah. More so than you?
Oh. You laugh, but I am a very charitable person.
I believe that.
Ask all the illegals that work for me. Jose, get in here.
How many illegal aliens do you employ on a given day?
It varies.
Yeah.
No, because, some of them die, some of them leave.
Sure.
It depends.
You can't control them.
Yeah, well, a lot of them are pregnant, so, the end of the night.
So is it counted as two dependents in that case? Like, are you hiring two of them for the day if they're pregnant?
When I let them have the baby, then I usually sell it to some starlet. What's her name? Bullock.
Yeah,
She's
Sandra
looking
Bullock,
she's looking for a
Heigl.
They all have these horrible children they found.
They just found them like a
I don't know,
like a $20 bill at a movie theater.
They come to visit Melissa and they bring these things with them, because everything's cute when it's small.
Yeah. It's true with dogs for sure.
Yeah. Don't bring that up because I lost my dog.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, it's my fault. I killed it.
How'd you do it?
Well, she was getting old.
Yeah.
And farting.
Yeah.
Enough.
You don't want to. Farts will methane. It's the ozone layer. It's just protecting the environment.
Do you have a dog? Do you have a pet? Let's get serious.
Yeah,
I
let's
want to know
get
the
into
real
it.
you, Nick. I did Katie Couric's show.
Yes. Congratulations.
Oh, desperate. She thought she was going to do an in-depth interview with me.
And?
What is that?
No tears?
I'm so shallow. Because there is no depth. For an hour, she was trying to find something, and she was being very serious. Tell me. Tell you fucking what? What makes you funny?
Oh.
Those kind of questions.
Sure.
What makes you funny, Nick?
Well, Joan, it's interesting you bring that up. I guess the multiple molestations would be the first thing that I would say. Because 1 in, you're like, well, this is a scar. 2 in, you're like, I don't know, we can figure something out with it. 3, 4, 5, and 6 is when you really put in the time and you build. You gotta do the leg. We gotta put literally you have to do the leg work.
See that we're both with Jewish families. I don't mean this to all the goyim out there, so please understand this. I never had this happen in my family. I always think there's something wrong with us. Nobody ever tried to molest me.
No?
No, it really bothers me now.
I'm sorry about that.
Was I that ugly a child that my Uncle Alex didn't even say sit in my lap?
Really?
Nothing.
Well,
A priest
Alex,
left me alone.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, the priests, I feel like they,
Oh. What
are
do
they
you
gonna
get?
do?
Yeah, better Michael Jackson than a priest. I'll tell you the truth.
Would you rather, if you could have been molested by anybody, who would you like to?
Oh, this game.
Yeah, this whole game.
Who would you rather?
Katie Couric asked me the same thing.
My answer, if I were asked that,
Yeah, who would you like to be molested by?
Katie Couric.
Afterwards, she would say, "Was it good, Nick? Was it good? Tell me how
It was
you feel."
cathartic. It was really cathartic, Katie.
Who, if you could, anybody, because the Academy Awards were on. Are you single or married?
I'm single.
Okay. How old?
34.
I may have somebody for you.
Okay.
Okay. Do you mind lesbians?
No, I love
Yeah,
them.
lesbians are great.
Yeah.
They're great. They don't ask for much in the way of clothes.
No. They're very grateful.
They play tennis, golf. Her name is Chaz.
Oh, great. Oh, I know him. I know Chaz.
I was there when Cher got the phone call.
Really?
Yes.
How does that phone call?
Well,
what
first
happens?
of all, she get a ring, hello, Mom! And she said, who's this? How many children go, hello, Mom? I think you should know it's either, Satan or your daughter. So, who could you, of all of because we all saw the Academy Awards last night, who did you think was the best looking? And don't say Michael Douglas. We're talking women.
Okay.
But
Well, I would say,
seriously, this is a serious question.
Jennifer Lawrence is super beautiful and seems very cool and 22, and so why not?
Yeah, okay. She's very tall, though. She's tall.
Yeah, she's tall, but she feels like a regular size. In person, I've seen her, and she's got like she's like she doesn't feel like a tiny little thing,
Okay.
you know.
So you didn't like, what was that one's name?
Kristen Chenoweth.
Kristen Chenoweth. Did you see Kristen Chenoweth?
She's a small person.
She's a midget. She makes Danny DeVito look like Clark Gable. I never You would have put her like a hat with little shoes. Okay. How'd you know you now into the real? Enough frivolity.
Let's get into it.
Because I have at least 4 or 5 people out there that will probably stay for the rest of the show.
Okay.
How did you know you were funny? Seriously. And who's funny in your family?
My whole family's pretty funny, and I'm the youngest of 4. And I used to go. I did. I was in 2nd grade. I was the rabbi in the Passover production of Exodus from. Not the rabbi. I was the Pharaoh in the 2nd grade production of Exodus from Egypt, and I was pretty funny in that.
Do some of your lines.
Garavay. Yeah, literally, that was basically it.
Everybody out.
Shmuel, come hither.
Yeah. We.
Did you do the Pharaoh funny?
Yeah. No, I did fucking Yul Brynner. You
Yeah,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
I put it out there. I had a real intensity. That was more of a dramatic performance than anything. Now that I look back on it, and
Did you kill any Jews?
I didn't. Not on purpose. But I have a number of out of sort of. I've killed a few people sort of casually after evenings of drinking and stuff like that. And so that's been a difficult thing for me to get over.
Not necessarily.
No, okay, good. I don't have to admit. Okay, great. My first joke? You want to hear my first joke?
Yes, seriously.
All right.
Yes.
This is what my mom tells me I used to tell as my first joke. Have you ever smelled mothballs?
Do I have to answer this now?
Yeah. Just say yes.
Yes.
How'd you get the little sucker's legs open? that was
That's
my
going to my act.
right. Yeah, take it.
Would you put that kind of filth?
Yeah, whenever possible.
You told that kind of filth to your mother?
Yeah, she got a kick out of it. The first movies that I watched real young were some dirty movies. I was just thinking about I saw Lust in the Dust when I was like 6.
How did you know you wanted to do what you're doing? Because I don't think anybody's family says, especially Jewish families, maybe now in this generation, but my day, I said to my parents, I want to be an actress, and they went crazy. Never mind a comedian.
Right.
They couldn't understand.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was I was always funny, but even going through college, I didn't think one could be a comedian. Like it just was like, oh, that's something that people do, but I don't do that, you know. And so then I started doing improv in college, and then moved to New York and started doing it. A lot of stand-up open mics and stuff. And I think once I started booking like commercials and stuff that my parents saw that I could make a living, they were fine.
Yeah. What was your first commercial?
Yeah, my first.
That you got paid for.
I did a couple commercials along the way that I did okay with, like Lipton's cup of soup and a
What'd you
FedEx.
have to say, like yum yum?
Yeah, I wish. No, it was this monologue and I choked. I couldn't do it. It was like straight down the barrel, and I remember seeing the lens come in and close up on me like that, and I got sent into a panic. It was like just losing your comedy boner. Do you know what I mean? You're like,
Yeah, well, not boner, but But yeah.
I did the big first commercial I did was I was Andy Roddick's Mojo at the U.S. Open, and then he lost in the first round, and it kind of turned into a shit show. I was at the Open as him, and then he lost, and I had to sort of like literally hide on my way back in the city.
What about the cavemen? That was
Yeah.
going to be a big break. Do all of you know what we're talking about? They did the caveman commercial for
Geico.
Geico.
Yes.
It was so brilliant. Everyone laughed. And then they decided to do a series.
Yeah.
And you got cast. And what? It was terrible from the beginning, right? I don't mean you. Don't take
No,
it.
no, no. It was. I got cast in the show. I wasn't in the commercials, and it was my first like real pilot season. I booked the show, and we shot the pilot, and it was 4 hours of makeup every morning, which was crazy.
And was it funny? Did you know it was going to be terrible?
No, I thought it was pretty funny, and I loved the commercials. It was the same team involved, and then I'd also never been through it, so I didn't know what was anything, you know. So then I went and shot the pilot, and it got picked up, and we went to do the first, like the TCAs, the Big Critics Association, and we were getting prepped. They're like, they're going to ask you about Geico. Is there any involvement from the corporation? You're going to say no, da-da-da. Then we get out there, and everyone's like, your show is racist. And that was that was just like, because it was the caveman was supposed to be the, you know, a metaphor for minorities in America. But everybody just saw it as a metaphor for black people, and so they.
Oh, I'm so bored with this already.
I know. So tell me about it. But we were shocked. So we shot 13. I did 4 hours of makeup every morning and an hour at night, and it was a good experience. I learned how to act, but I was very pleased when it went away.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole thing with it was like the public didn't like it, but I took solace in the fact that the critics didn't either.
Yeah. What was the thing that happened after that? Okay, so you're out of work again.
Right. Right.
Now, you're from a rich family, which I'm not going to go into because there's nothing, because I am too.
Right.
Oh,
Oh.
I don't even mention
And look,
it
you've
anymore.
just rested on your laurels ever since, right?
I live simply. Look
yeah.
around.
Beautiful view of New York City
Beautiful.
right there.
Terrace. If
Yeah.
I wanted one, I could get a picture of a terrace.
You can buy any background you want in the world.
I got a little TV. I'm perfectly
You're
comfortable.
taken care of.
Taken care of. But what did you do after that?
Like a ton of Coke. And then, no, I just started doing, I mean, it's similar to you. I think it's just like, the beauty of being a comedian is that you can do any number of things. So it's like, all right, time to go do stand-up, time to go make some internet videos or whatever. And I booked a show probably I did a pilot that didn't go. And then I booked another show called The League on FX, which has lasted like 4 years.
Yes, everyone's talking about it here.
Everyone's
Can I
talking
hear
about it.
talk?
Chatter.
Chatter. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a lot of, look at that chatter.
Look at this. Look at they're crazy about you.
There's a lot of chatter
There's
about
a lot of chatter about that show.
Winchell said some nice words about it. So, but but then throughout I was just doing stand up and you know, and then also doing character stuff and then going on the road or you know, just, you know.
And how did you do your own? Because there's some characters. Everyone said, "Oh, get him to do Bobby Bottle Service."
Okay.
Now, how did he? Is he like based on your father?
No, he's based on like those guys who hit on girls that are sort of like really cheesy. They're kind of like, excuse me, I could talk to you for a minute. You know, those kind of guys and girls kind of love to hate those guys, but there's something, you know. So I would talk to girls like that because I knew that they would be like, they would relate to guys being like, no offense, but like, you're very beautiful. Do you date me? You know, like that kind of like, so that like sort of weird, they're always covering their mouths when they speak, and there's always like this like weird swivel head where they're always maintaining eye contact. So I started to do that guy. And
then as Caesar.
Yes. There's a new character on my new show called Caesar, and he's like a toilet baby from Alhambra, and he's got a infected lip ring, and he's just a bad influence best friend. Like the prop guy on my show was a cop in Jersey, and he's like, I don't like that character Caesar. Like, he doesn't like him, and he showed it to his dad in Jersey, who's a cop, and dad immediately saw him and called him. He was like, I don't like that one guy, Caesar. Like, they just don't like, you know, he's just that.
Do a little bit of him.
He's like, Joan, I love to be in bed with you, but it's difficult because I didn't have a mother.
It's like that kind of, he's a sort of a bipolar kind of electric kid,
Why weren't you ever on Saturday Night Live?
Well, you can ask Lorne Michaels that.
What an asshole.
Yeah, no, I auditioned about 4 years ago, and
Because you would be perfect for them. Don't
Thank
you think?
you.
Seriously, you're a writer. You're funny. You do characters. You do voices. I don't understand when you look at who's on there.
I think there's a lot of very talented people on the show, and I'm too close into my career to talk shit about anybody.
Luckily, I got 3 more hours, so I can say anything. I can say anything I want to.
Who's getting the ring? I guess is my first question.
Yeah, well, Melissa thinks she is. Joke's on her.
Really?
Yeah. Wait till she hears.
I know.
Wait till she's sitting there waiting for the lawyer to say, and it all goes to.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Caesar, I'm blinged out. Look at me ringed up. I got Joan Rivers money, y'all.
Wouldn't that be funny?
Oh, that would be a hilarious bit that I would happily take part in.
Did you ever do improv? Did you ever do stand-up?
Yeah. That's where I started. In college, I did improv, and then I started doing stand-up when I graduated.
Did you ever think this would be your life? And that you're doing well, that you've crossed into employable?
Yeah, I'm in bed with Joan Rivers.
In bed already.
I mean,
This could be a nightmare.
no, that's what I want. I
Yeah.
want a filthy, disgusting, sort of nightmarish scenario with you.
Thank you.
Where we just pretend to molest each other, but like to subjugate for what didn't happen to us as children.
Who is your comic hero? Who seriously influenced you? This is a Katie Couric probing question.
I watched Mel Brooks. I watched my favorite movie growing up was The Producers. And
You're saying all the right things.
and then Blazing Saddles, History of the World Part 1, and Young Frankenstein were I watched a ton of.
Jews in Space.
Jews in Space. Jesus
never
Christ.
made it.
Yeah, I know, but it's that History of the World I was just thinking about. It's really funny. There's and then as I got older, I watched Jon Stewart when I was like in college and starting to get into doing. I was like The Daily Show and stuff like that, and I did watch a ton of Saturday Night Live and Kids in the Hall, and Martin Short's Jiminy Glick was a really big influence on me.
What happened to that?
He did a movie with it, and I'm not sure what else, but it's the funniest. Everybody doing like the character-based interview of people is doing Jiminy Glick. And it's so funny and sharp. I love it.
Have you ever watched Little Britain?
Yes.
I think that
It's a really funny show.
brilliant. Now you did get me to the Greek.
I wish I'd gotten you to the Greek.
Yeah, but let me ask you,
Yeah.
on a scale of Brittany on her meds to Brittany off her meds, how insane is Russell Brand?
Russell was great. He was really cool. I worked with Diddy too.
Oh, all right.
Do you know Diddy?
No,
You've
no.
never met Diddy?
Never met Diddy.
I feel like you guys would have crossed over at some point
I
along the
never
line.
meet anybody. This
No?
is my life.
You're stuck
Why
in
would you go anywhere where you could be in this room
this
with a
beautiful
view
room
of New York?
with a beautiful view of New York City right there.
Right there.
It's gorgeous. Diddy's outside waving at us.
Yeah,
Is that South Street Seaport?
That's South Street Seaport.
So what is this, fucking Brooklyn? Where are we?
No. I'm sitting on that
Are we on
big
Ellis
cruise.
Island?
I'm on the cruise ship.
Oh, okay. That's why. Okay, that's why the room feels slightly claustrophobic.
It's smelly.
But that was a nasty run.
I have nothing else to ask you. I think you're wonderful.
I think you're wonderful too,
I think
Joan.
you
Can I
just-
ask you some questions?
Sure.
So, Joan, you probably don't remember this, but when you got roasted at Comedy Central, the Comedy Central
Right.
roast, I was the red carpet interviewer, and I interviewed you. And luckily I'm not looking at you, so I don't know what you just said off camera. And you were so funny, but I was asking you about people you had slept with in the business.
And I said,
My
Katie Couric,
Yoko,
Yoko. Who else have we got?
Little Britain.
Little Britain. Oh, yeah.
Both of 'em?
Especially the fat. Both at the same time. Yeah. And what
My favorite
say?
was Jimmy Carter.
Did I say Jimmy Carter?
I said Jimmy Carter. I asked you what. I said you. Who have you slept with? We went through some people, and you said Jimmy Carter, and I said why or what happened. He said he made me build a house first. It was so funny.
Love finds a way.
Yeah. Ronald Reagan. Did you ever sleep with Ronald Reagan?
Now I'm going to tell you something. I met him a couple of times. He was funny.
Really?
He had a great sense of humor.
Really?
So anyone says Ronald Reagan, I always start to smile. He was funny. He
What
was,
about Nancy?
smart? You should end up, from my mouth to God's ears,
Mm-hmm.
you should have a wife like Nancy.
Oh, like a tiny little thing?
Tiny, and all she did was take care of him.
Really?
It was great. I'm looking for a wife like Nancy. I mean, she truly, she was a great first lady. All she did was worry about him.
What about Frank Sinatra?
I never slept with him.
Yeah?
I would have in a hot second.
Yeah?
Yeah, in a second.
Did he have, he
Yeah,
had
yeah,
it?
great sex. Oh,
Yeah?
Oh, God, yeah. He was charming.
Never even like just a wandering little finger?
Nothing
Nothing
nothing.
ever happened?
Sammy Davis viewed Junior. I always sat on the wrong side.
Right?
You know, he couldn't see me. I'd be
At
like,
Shul? Give him a little taste?
you know, it was like sitting next to me. Hello, hello.
No one in the Rat Pack? Dean Martin? Whiskey Dick? Couldn't get it done?
Dean and I just were good friends. He used to sit and just sob.
Really?
See, I slept with one. I had a couple that I should have slept with that
Yeah?
I didn't.
Who?
Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And now I'm terribly, terribly sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, me too. I'm trying to think of some names. You are the best. I thank you.
Thank you, Joan.
Talk about. We always let, at least for free, tell them exactly when your show is on. And
Okay.
All, yeah.
The
We
Kroll.
can cut this.
We can cut this at any point. We'll get rid of this and it's
We
fine.
can
I get
edit
it.
this.
No, I get it. Into this guy.
Into this we got 3 cameras like a
This is like a real
real
sitcom
show.
here.
Yeah, it's like a real show.
Kroll show is on Wednesday nights on Comedy Central, 10:30, and the League will be back on FX this fall. And you can check me out online at joanrivers.com.
Yeah. This is
And
great.
check out my QVC page.
Yeah.
I've got a whole jewelry line that you should check out. Obviously, the Fashion Army that I do on InStyle is great. And I'll be doing dates at wonderful upscale Indian casinos around the country.
I thank you.
Thanks for having me, Joan.
You can have anything you want in the
Please,
room. Nick
I'll
Kroll.
take you. I'm taking you.
You're taking me with you. I love Nick Kroll. He's funny. He's smart. He's beyond talented.
So I've just been in bed with Joan, and it was interesting. You know, like they say that Jewish girls don't put out, but she took it all, and I think I pleasured her in ways that, you know, I think she would have never thought possible. She wasn't molested as a child, and I feel like maybe I made up for that tonight.